Welcome back to the Inside School of Washington new faculty and staff onboarding. In this segment, we will review the instructions for completing the Quileute Valley School District TalentEd site onboarding. Potential resources needed to complete this layer of onboarding are a printer, a scanner or camera, contact information of previous school districts' human resources departments, access to your OSPI EDS portal, points of contact for obtaining your post-secondary college or university transcripts, your saved job offer acceptance document from Stride, and fingerprinting at the local ESD. The point of contact for the TalentEd site and the completion of these action items is Tracy Gillett. She is our Inside School of Washington liaison at Quileute Valley School District. Please save this PDF, the accompanying PDF in this playlist to refer back to her contact information if you have any questions about any of the action items in this module. First, we need to confirm your access to the TalentEd site. You will receive this information from Tracy Gillett via email. And this is the link that you will use and that you should have received. Your username is your Insight School email address. So that's the email that has the k12insightwa.org address. And your initial password is provided by Tracy Gillett. So if you have not received this email yet, please reach out to Tracy. But in most cases, everyone is probably already working through most of these action items already. This module is more of a guide just for an official overview. Several of the forms requested will be completed directly within the system and electronically signed. But there will also be several forms where you will need to print the form, complete it, and upload it in order for the item to be removed from the checklist. So after logging into the QVSD TalentEd site, you will want to navigate to My Task, and then you can access items to complete by selecting the Needs Attention tab. Once you complete an item and mark it as complete, it will be moved to the Completed tab. These are the 11 action items that must be completed or submitted within the TalentEd record site, and the highlighted items must be sent to your previous districts if applicable. So we will walk through each of these one by one. The first item is the Washington State Sexual Misconduct Disclosure Release. For certificated employees with prior Washington experience, please complete the top two sections, print, sign, and forward, along with the certificated release of information form that we'll review in a moment, and the verification of professional employment that we will also review in a moment, to your last employing Washington School District. Certificated employees with out-of-state experience, please complete the top two sections, print, sign, and forward, along with the verification of professional employment to all school districts that you have been employed with. For your last employing school district only, you will also need to include the certificated release of information. For classified employees with prior school district employment, If you do have prior district employment as a classified coach or substitute, please complete the top 2 sections, print, sign, and forward to all prior school districts. And for new teachers with no prior school district employment, you simply complete the top 2 sections of the first sheet as well, and you mark the box in the upper right, no prior school district employment, sign and date. You will need to submit a copy of your social security card and photo ID. There is a section to enter the date that you are completing this action item and your full name in the spaces assigned. Please upload copies of your photo ID and social security card below under attachments. You will save a copy of your social security card, and this can be a JPEG image or PDF, and upload it as an attachment. Then you will also need to save a copy of your official photo ID, for example, a driver's license. And this can also be a JPEG image or PDF copy, and you will upload the attachment. Once those items are completed, you will select Save Final to move onto the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. Fingerprinting is very, very important, and this is a very time-sensitive action item. It's important to know that we will need the results of your fingerprinting before you are able to work unsupervised with students. So please do not delay scheduling your fingerprinting and getting that in the works. Or if we do not have your results in time before you work with students, we'll need to work out some planning to supervise your work until the fingerprinting goes through. So very, very important. And luckily, if you have in the last 2 years completed fingerprinting through OSPI, please contact Tracy and let her know, and she will confirm your clearance as needed. So fingerprinting is required of individuals who have regular unsupervised access to children, including those seeking certificates and those seeking certified or classified employment. Fingerprinting through the Washington State Patrol and the Federal Bureau of Investigation is a requirement for employment in QVSD and ISWA. Most Washington Educational Service Districts, your local ESD, offer digital fingerprint background checks by utilizing live scan technology. The live scan equipment allows the quality of prints to be checked on the equipment when they're being taken, creating few necessary retakes and without the need for any fingerprints to be inked onto a card. Fingerprints taken through live scanning are generally cleared within just 1 to 2 weeks. So if that's possible in your area, we highly recommend that method. A link provides the listing of Washington Educational Service Districts. So within the TalentEd site portal for this item, there is a link that gives you information about the ESDs. And it is recommended to call in advance to confirm service availability and requirements per your local ESD. So this says, if you have in the last 2 years completed fingerprinting through SPI, please contact Tracy. She will confirm clearance. If you have your scheduled a game plan, please go ahead and hit Save Final. But do not move this to complete until there's some structured plan or confirmation. The next item is for the request for criminal history information, also called Watch. So you will save the Watch PDF from within the TalentEd site. Please complete section C and D of the form and save. You will upload the form back here. After you've completed those steps, you will click Save Final to move on to the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. Certificated release of information. So you will save and complete the top section of this form. You will forward this form with your section complete to your last employing school district. By completing this form, you are authorizing your last employing school district to release information or documents required for your personnel file that you will then not be required to obtain, for example, university or college transcripts. If these documents are not provided by the prior district, the Human Resource Office will require you to provide the documents. Tracy Gillett will stay in touch with you if any items are pending or are not received after a certain amount of time. So please click Save Final to move this item to the completed task. Next is the affirmative action, federal ethnicity and race identification. You will be prompted to answer question 1 by selecting from its drop-down menu. And you will also be prompted to answer question 2 by checking the appropriate boxes, check as many as apply. Lastly, you will click Save Final to move on to the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. The next form is the verification of certificated experience. So this is not required for employees with no prior certificated experience. If you have prior Washington experience, please complete page 1, print, sign, and forward to your last employing Washington School District. If you have certificated experience out of state, you'll complete page 1, print, sign, and forward to all of your school districts that you have been employed with. Please complete the Inside School of Washington disclosure statement. Please answer all the questions in this section via drop-down menus for this record. Sections of this record will include your employment history disclosure, your criminal history disclosure, which has 2 parts, and an affirmation signature and date. Once you've completed this section, you will click Save Final to move on to the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. The next item is the copy of contract. And what this is referring to is your job offer acceptance document. So please save and upload a copy of your Strad job offer acceptance document. This was sent to you upon accepting the job offer from the Stride recruiter. And you should have received this via Stride to your personal email account. So you will upload that document here under attachments. Lastly, click Save Final to move on to the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. We will need a copy of your valid teacher certification. So please save and upload a copy of your State of Washington education certificate related to your inside position and enter your certificate number for this record. You can access your certificate information online and a PDF copy of your certificate within your OSPI ADS portal. Everyone has your own individual account upon being certificated in Washington. And that portal website is eds.ospi.k12.wa.us. Lastly, click Save Final to move on to the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. And lastly, ordering official post-secondary transcripts. If you have previous experience certificated experience, you should see the certificated release of information record to request this information from your past employer, if that applies to you. If not, if you're brand new, you will need to order your official post-secondary transcripts from your attended colleges and universities and have them sent to Quileute Valley School District. So once you've completed those steps, click Save Final to move on to the signature step to sign the form and accept the electronic signature statement. One final reminder that the point of contact for these Quileute Valley TalentEd action items is Tracy Gillett. So please reach out to her directly if you have any questions or need any additional support for any of these items. Thank you so much.